Hello guys, I have a lot of homework to do for my English lessons and I tried to record this video about greenhouse effect and global warming several times. But previously my English teacher said me that I have some mistakes in my speech. That's why I decided not to share this video with you and rethink and revise my mistakes. For example, it's my frequent mistake when I use um, unnecessary s in the end of the verbs, or very often I forget to put s with he, she, it's my frequent mistake. So now I am re-recording this video. It is not an original information. I took it from another video on YouTube, and to showcase you the information about greenhouse effect and global warming, I will be using this wonderful picture. I thought that it might be useful for someone to acknowledge the information about this hot topic. Really hot topic, yeah. Literally and literally hot topic. Let's start. You know that the Earth receives energy from the sun, and there on Earth we have an insulating effect that is the reason of existing life on Earth, and that's why we have forests and plants and all the animals, and it is the reason of humanity existence. By the beginning of 19th century, there was a balance between the heat that the Earth received from the sun and the heat that reflected to the space back. But recently, scientists encountered that this balance shifting towards the growth of a temperature, and it's becoming a problem. It have already become a problem because less heat now reflects back to the space, and that's why the average temperature decrease of 1 degree during the 20th century. And if the sun was to blame, it would cook the lower and upper layers of the atmosphere. But we see that only lower layers of the atmospheres are heating, and the upper layers of the atmosphere, the temperature of the upper layers of the atmosphere is pretty the same, on the same level. And the only reason of that is an activity of humanity on the surface. And we have quite conclusive evidence about that. And let me show you how it works and how we encountered that it is humanity to blame about the growth of an average temperature. You know that humanity uses fossil fuels a lot, and fossil fuels contains a carbon contains a carbon, and during the burning of fossil fuels, we can see that the concentration of carbon dioxide isotope isotope 12 is much bigger than the concentration of isotope carbon dioxide isotope 13. And the same picture we can observe in the lower layers of the atmosphere. Here it is the concentration of an isotope 12 is bigger than the concentration of isotope 13, and it is a conclusive proof of an activity of humanity. And one more fact about this evidence. We see that the activity of the sun is not don't have a correlation with a growth of a temperature. We have some data, some graphs that the solar activity is decreasing during 20th century, and the average temperature is growing. They two graphics has polar opposite directions. So the only explanation of that is a human activity and the burning of fossil fuels. And there it is. One consequence of temperature growth, scientists see that the ocean level is growing, and from the beginning of 20th century, ocean level have built up to 8 inches, and it's a significant growth. And it might result in the death of 30% of marine creatures all across the globe. And it might be crucial. And let me explain why. It was to mention that the biggest number of oxygen that are released into the atmosphere and that decrease the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is an activity of green creatures, green plants in the ocean, and they produce even much more amount of oxygen than plants and forests on the surface of Earth. And you can imagine that the decrease of marine creatures might cause even greater growth of a temperature, because we will be observing the bigger concentration of carbon dioxide in a atmosphere, and it is a greenhouse gas that helps to keep Earth warm. And the more concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, the faster temperature grows. And the more level of an ocean, because the water expands as it warms. And we have some predictions that until the end of 20th century, the level of an ocean peel up to 1 meter. And one more consequence of a temperature growth is melting of snow sheets and glaciers on the polars of our Earth. And the less we have snow and glaciers, the less sunbeams reflects back to the space, the higher temperature we have on the Earth. So I hope that I convince you that the climate change is in place. And in the picture you can see some numbers, how many emissions of CO2 we have every year. It is 29 billion tons of CO2. I even can't imagine these numbers, but these numbers are extremely big, and we have to handle this problem, and somehow, and to solve this problem somehow. And I hope this video helps you to acknowledge the biggest problem of humanity that will cause problems for everyone. And I hope that we can influence our governments to act proactively to solve this problem, because now we are bombarded by medias about this problem, but we don't see any actions. And it's time to put idea into action, idea of decreasing of fossil fuels, and make our planet feel better than that our planet feels right now. Let's do it together. Let's save our Earth, influencing our governments, talking to our friends and families, and we have to rock the boat and don't act in accordance with don't act in a conformity with our social groups. We just need to act to continue living on the earth and make our children live in a green and less and colder place than it is now. Thank you for listening.